this upcoming video series, I aim to include small Red Faction videos. These are not in-depth game reviews, these are more like thoughts on how I personally feel about each Red Faction game. I'll be lightly covering one of these games at a time, looking at each game individually, and the series begins with this one. That part out of the way, let's get into it. The first Red Faction was developed by Flawed. For the record, I was playing on the PS4 port on the PS5. Red Faction is one of the earliest FPS games I ever played on the PS2, alongside the PS2 port of Unreal Tournament. The latter was fine, but was mainly focused on multiplayer, while Red Faction was the only one with a single player campaign. It does have a two-player mode with bots included, sinking countless hours into Red Faction. Going through fast-paced shooting, including the vehicle sections, using submarine, jeep and air sections. Looking at my channel, it's like I have a serious obsession with this game. The story itself is straightforward. You play as Parker, who signs up for the mining job on Mars, working for the Oltar Corporation. It becomes clear that working conditions are brutal, guards are cruel, working a strict schedule, and the miners are treated as disposable. Unsurprisingly, tensions boil over, leading to a revolt, with EOS merging as the key figure, mostly in spirit. As the game progresses, you explore Mars caves and industrial facilities, slowly uncover the darker truth behind the Oltar Corporation, as well as a mysterious plague affecting the miners. The plague is never given a proper name, it's literally just called the plague, and the game expects you to roll with it. Boss battles are fine, nothing inspiring, but not complicated. The story is not particularly memorable, with characters being mostly annoying, with the resistance itself being completely useless, except for yourself, as Parker, who does all the work. Geomod is the physics engine used, and it makes the environment blow up, giving you a chance to blow up bridges and creating holes through floors and walls, leading to alternative paths in the single player, which creates small replay value. It plays mostly positively really well, although the game definitely has its weak spots, highlighting the stealth sections. They feel completely out of place and slow the pace of the game to an otherwise fast FPS. The first stealth section works mostly alright, but one detail doesn't function properly, which ruins it for me, and it feels like it wasn't tested properly at all, while the second is poorly structured to the point where you might as well just ignore the stealth entirely and just blast everyone all around you. Even now, I still can't fully wrap my head around what the developers were aiming with these sections. They feel frustrating, unpolished, and like they were never properly tested. That frustration is actually one of the reasons why I felt compelled to make one of several videos covering this part of the game particularly, trying to understand, or at least try and help everyone else. Gameplay perspective, Red Faction feels great on PS2. Movement is solid, the weapons are fun and satisfying to use. Might think about using these sound effects in my future videos. Also, pieces of the dialogue are burned into my head genuinely, scenes word for word, mostly. The game is manageable, even on impossible can be frustrating. The real challenge comes from resource management, situation, conserving ammo, and figuring out how to deal with interest efficiently. Split-screen multiplayer is surprisingly solid, playing with bots is fun, some maps featuring hidden areas that contain secret weapons, an extra layer of enjoyment, optic discovery. The AI in this game is absolutely hilarious in a few areas. It doesn't make it game-breaking, but oddly adds charm to the game, even if it was unintentional or not. Despite all that, Red Faction has held up pretty well for the most part. Yes, it hasn't aged well in certain areas, and the flaws are more noticeable now than they were back then, but none of these has stopped me from loving it. At its core, it's a really fun game. It's got rough edges, so I wouldn't take it too seriously. It was a really good childhood game playing this so often. A very good shooter play-wise, that left a lasting impression on me. I enjoy it more by coming back to it on a regular basis.